I am so excited. I'm so excited. October 17th is Black Poetry Day. And we are celebrating that day with prolific Pulse Press and the Garden of Neuro Institute. So we have got together, my sister and I. We are sisters RocNRhyme, and we have gotten together and we picked our yeah. I see your sisters RocNRhyme t-shirt, Laura. We've gotten together and we have selected our poets that we want to celebrate for Black poets won't and can't be silenced. My two poets that I'm going to cover today are Lucille Clifton and Sonia Sanchez. Lyris, tell them who you're going to cover today.
Well, everybody that knows me knows how much I love Nikki Giovanni, and I think I have worn her completely out. So I want to concentrate on Maya Angelou, because Maya Angelou, she means a lot to me as well, especially the poem that I'm going to do for her today, because that poem really allowed me to appreciate myself.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up. And I told you my two, Lucille Clifton and Sonia Sanchez. I'm going to start with Lucille Clifton. Lucille Clifton originally was born in New York. She moved to Maryland, where she had the most amazing writing career that anyone could have had. Critically acclaimed. She was a poet laureate in Maryland, and she just has her volume poetry over a 40-year career was just absolutely amazing. And there wasn't a point in her career where she wasn't relevant and she wasn't working. Even when she was sick, she got sick at 58 years old. She was celebrating her 58th birthday, and she came down with breast cancer. So Lucille wrote a lot of poems about the Black experience, womanhood. She was a sister, a wife, and she had 6 children. So what made her so phenomenal was she would often write poems while her children were sleeping. And so if you look at Lucille's poems and the volume of her work, it's very condensed. The poems are short, and not only are they short, but she was a very plain spoken woman, which meant that she didn't use a lot of flourishing with these great big words. She spoke plain, but she covered absolutely everything that was phenomenal within the Black experience. And Lyris, you remind me both of Sonia Sanchez and Lucille Clifton in the simplicity of how you just word things, the simple way of which you write. I've tried to make a practice of it. My sister's just gifted like that. I have to work at it a lot harder. But I'm going to share with you a couple of the poems that I love, that I think just really totally encapsulates both of those women. And I'm going to start my first poem with Lucille Clifton, and it is one of her most famous poems. It's called Homage to My Hips. And that's the first one I'm going to read today. I'm going to recite Homage to My Hips. I'm trying to find it here. Okay. These hips are big hips. They need space to move around. They don't fit into little pretty places. These hips are free hips. They don't like to be held back. These hips have never been enslaved. They go where they want to go. They do what they want to do. These hips are my hips. These hips are magic hips.
Right.
I have known them to put a spell on a man and spin him like a top. That's homage to my hips. And that poem.
I love that.
I do too.
I love that. I'm sorry. I love that. I can feel that because I got me some hips.
Most women have hips. Anyway, that beautiful poem actually birthed this poem that I wrote that's in our current book, which is out right now. It's called Enchanted Hips. So because I love Lucille Clifton so much, and she does remind me of my sister and me, I actually wrote Enchanted Hips, which I'm going to do right now. I bear witness and reaffirm Lucille's words. There is magic in these hips. Childbearing hips, narrow and sometimes wide hips. Children rearing hips, protesting, teaching, marching, and resisting hips. Correcting hips, nurturing hips, switching, strutting, mesmerizing, hypnotic, curvy hips. Captivating, fascinating, commandment keeping hips, charming hips. I declare there is wizardry in these hips. Vice President and Supreme Court Justice hips, Speaker of the House. And I'm reclaiming my time. Legislative, historical hips. Lucille, I celebrate your words today and every day hereafter. These bold and perfectly round hips have brought men down to their knees throughout the annals of time. There is enchantment in these magical spherical hips. So that's enchantment. So that's enchantment hips. I'm going to move to my second poem by Lucille Clifton. And I love this one too. Lyris, I don't know that you know this one, but because she was celebrating her sister Elaine, as I write about my sister you on so many of my poems, that's why I'm going to do this one. It's called For Elaine Phillip on Her Birthday, and it's called Sister. Me and you be sisters. We be the same, me and you. Coming from the same place, me and you. Me and you be greasing our legs, touching up our edges. Me and you be scared of rats, be stepping on roaches. Me and you. Come running high down Purdy Street one time, and mama laugh and shake her head at me and you. Me and you got baby, got 35, got black, let our hair go back. Be loving ourselves, be loving ourselves. Be sisters. Only where you sing, I, poet, me and you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. How cute is that?
I thought that was really cute. So, I got to come back, and my answer to me and you was, again, this is a poem out of our new book, and I wrote this for my sister. It's called Honey Graham Crackers and Swiss Miss Cocoa. 2 by 2, me and you. 2 by 2 in all we do. 2 by 2, no me without you. You're my every breath, the other half of myself. Our parents had us in sets of two, side by side, in all we do. Every day of my life has been spent loving you. Wonder Twins activate in laughter, love, tears, and joy. Two by two, side by side. In all we do, there's no me without you.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Did you get that?
Love that.
Did you get that Lucille Clifton kind of?
Girl, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move right on from that now to Sonia Sanchez. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. That woman is just, she is my absolute everything. Sonia Sanchez, she's 90 years old.
She's your Nikki Giovanni.
Yeah, she's my Nikki Giovanni, because my sister loves Nikki Giovanni. Sonia Sanchez, bigger than life, born in Montgomery, Alabama, and then she moved to New York, where so much of her life was spent there. She married there, she got divorced there. She went on to be this huge, celebrated poet. She's 90 years old, and she's still alive, thank God. So you know that she's had the most amazing career ever. Celebrated, critically acclaimed. Everything about Sonia Sanchez speaks Black women's liberation, Black women's just movement, period. She is Black poetry. She is Black literature. She is just everything that makes me and Lyris who we are in what we do today, would be Nikki Giovanni and Sonia Sanchez. So we love Lucille Clifton, but I equally love this woman as well. And in my opinion, she's just so underrated. She was an educator. She spent many years teaching school, teaching poetry, just a phenomenal career. And I am going to read some of her smaller poems, because she, like Lucille, I don't know if it's just women of that decade or that era specifically, but her works are very condensed. They're very small, not in the quality, but in the quantity, in the way she wrote and presented them. She is most known for her haikus, and they are just absolutely amazing. So that's what I'm going to be reading. I'll read the first one, and this is just celebrating. She, like my sister, loves not naming poems, so a lot of her work, specifically her haikus, are poem number 3, and that's what this one is. I gather up each sound you left behind and stretch them on our bed. Each night I breathe you in and become hot. That's poem.
I love that.
That. That's a great. Yeah. That is amazing.
I've always loved that.
That's amazing. The second Sonia Sanchez poem I'm going to recite is called, and I'm going to read my own, but I'm going to read hers first. It's called Black Magic, and Black Magic goes like this. Magic, my man, is you, turning my body into 1,000 smiles. Black magic is your touch, making me breathe. Black magic.
Oh, that's right.
She had a lot of love poems. So I'm gonna do a love poem, and I'm gonna do a haiku as well. But this is the third Sonia Sanchez poem I'm going to read today. It's called We Can Be by Sonia Sanchez. We can be anything we want, for we are the young, walking without footprints, moving our bodies in time, no songs, echoing us, the beautiful blackness, recently born, walking new, rhythm, leaving us a tap dancer's dream of Sunday night and Ed Sullivan shows. We will be all that we want, for we are the young ones, bringing the world to a Black beginning.
I love poems like that date it, where you can say, oh, Ed Sullivan, that was in, you know what I mean? I love poems like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you could say she dated that, and I love all of her writing. And so, in celebration of Sonia, I am so not worthy, but I did a haiku, and this one is called Haiku Blues, Heartbreak and Tears. Hearts break and tears fall. Who has time for love at all? Loving you is hell. That's my first haiku.
Okay.
Lyris,
I can relate.
I figured you love that.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was my attempt at Sonia, but it kind of isn't Sonia, but I'm paying homage to Sonia. This is called the redolence of you. I inhaled your scent. The wind carried it away, bathing you like rain.
Mm.
And we can't have a haiku without having some Black culture in. So this is protest poetry in haiku. How red the blood flows, staining asphalt, life pours out. Black lives wonder why.
Mm.
Okay, Lyris, thank you. I'm going to turn it over to you now so that you can do your poem.
Okay, like I said, anybody that knows me knows that I love Nikki Giovanni. And I started to do her poem Ego Tripping because, that is like my favorite poem of all time, because when I literally heard that poem, it seemed like I just came to life. I just started living when I heard that poem. But I really don't think I could do it any better than Kimberly Reese did on A Different World. Every time I think of that poem, that's what I think about. I think about Kimberly Reese because Sonia, she built the stakes. I just love that. I'm sorry. So, but anyway, I want to talk about Maya Angelou, because I remember when I was 15, sure you remember when I was like 13 or 15, something like that. Mommy bought me her books, her 3 autobiographies.
Yes.
And I remember the first one I read was I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings.
Yes.
And from the title alone, I was captivated by that book. And that book touched me so much. It moved me. But I wasn't introduced to her poetry until actually you introduced me to Maya Angelou's poetry. And the thing that's kind of sad is the only reason she got her just desserts is because it took Oprah Winfrey to introduce the world to Maya Angelou,
Yes.
And put her on the scale in which she should have always been in the first place. And you know how I feel about Oprah Winfrey. But anyway, that's a different story. So I want to tell the people, this is something I did not know. Maya Angelou her real name was Marguerite Annie Johnson. Did you know that?
Wow.
That's her real name.
I did know that. I
Oh, you
almost
knew that?
I knew that. I knew that. I was going to give Sonia's name, but I just wanted her to be known for how we know her, which is Sonia Sanchez. So I didn't get into all that.
Right. Well, everybody has a beginning. Her beginning was Marguerite. And she was born in April 4th, 1928. That's another amazing thing to me. She was born in 1928.
Wow.
Of course, she was a Black American memorist, poet, and civil rights activist. She was also, in her early years, she worked as a fry cook. Sure, you know that, working at McDonald's growing up. Okay. And but I did know this, but she was a nightclub singer.
I knew that.
And as a matter of fact, Cheryl, I actually saw a video of her singing, and she can sing. And Cheryl, she was a good looking woman.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody wants to talk about how she looked, but she was in her day. Oh yeah,
she was a tall
woman. She could lean there.
Did you know that she was a tall woman? She was a tall stature.
Yes,
6 feet.
Mm-hmm. Wow, no, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. Okay, and then did you know that she acted in Porgy and Bess?
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, you knew that? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that either. She's published 7 autobiographies,
wow,
3 books of essays, several poetry books, and she's also given credit for a list of plays, I didn't know that, movies, and television shows, Cheryl, spanning over 50 years. I mean, this woman did not play, okay? She did it all. You talk about, baby, she encompassed every bit of the poem I'm about to read today. When she was, what is it? Oh, okay, that's what okay. Now, that's just a little something about Maya Angelou, like I said, it's just a shame that she only got her just desserts because of Oprah Winfrey, because this woman truly was out there battling. She was speaking up for us and taking up the mantle for us just as much as James Baldwin was at the time.
Absolutely.
She really was.
Very, very, I mean, they were civil rights activists.
Yes, yeah. And this poem, the older I get, the more I love this poem, because I guess sometimes it takes age to really appreciate the sentiment of a poem. And it's not just, we've heard that poem so many times. This poem should be I believe that this poem should be read by every Black mother who has a Black daughter, really. Because, Cheryl, Black women's, we need building up. And I think that this poem should, every woman and man, Black man, should read this poem.
Read it. What are you reading?
Okay, this is Phenomenal Woman,
okay, by
Miss legendary Maya Angelou.
Oh, love this poem.
Phenomenal Woman by the legendary Maya Angelou. Pretty women wonder where my secrets lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arm, the span of my hips, the stride in my step, the curve of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please. And to a man, the fellows stand. All fall to their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy of my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. Oh yeah, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they cannot touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they can't see. I say it's in the arch of my back, the sun in my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me. Now, you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, you ought to be proud. I say it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care. Because I am a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. Oh yeah, y'all. That's me.
Oh, I love that. That's so great. What poem?
I know. Don't you just love that? I appreciate that poem. The more every time I hear it, I appreciate it a little bit more. I just love that.
That's great. What are you gonna read?
Now, this is my answer to Miss Maya Angelou, because she inspired this poem. My poem is in our first book, and it's called Why You Hate Me.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Why you hate me? You hate me because I walk and I sway to the rhythm of my own greatness, which God gave me from the beginning of time. You hate me because when I talk, I flow like the waters of the Egyptian Nile. You hate me because my eyes glow with the history of an entire nation of priests and kings. Oh, you hate me because my rich, dark chocolate skin radiates and reflects the sun, which lights the whole world. You hate me because my lips are full and soft with a sensuous curve, speaking the proverbs of Solomon. You hate me because my kinky soft hair crowns my head like my father Adam and my mother Eve. You hate me because my body was carved by the master Jehovah sculpture himself. You hate me because you spend your days and nights thinking of new ways to hold me down. But still, I rise higher and higher. You hate me because, like King David, I excel at your own test of strength. I run, I jump, I climb, I catch, I throw, and I beat you at your own game. You hate me because I won't let you define me and tell me who and what you want me to be, because you're afraid of who I really am. You hate me because you want to be me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. Beautiful, Lyris. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh, I just can't even say, Lyris, your reading of Maya's poem, Phenomenal Woman, followed up with that poem. That was a perfect pairing. We are so excited to be part of the celebration of Black Poetry Day. October is the month of the poet, and I would not be anything without my little sister and all of these great women that we are celebrating today. So I want to say thank you to Prolific Pulse Press, and thank
you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. And thank you to the Garden of Neuro Institute. Love the Garden of Neuro Institute. Happy Poetry Day. Happy Black Poetry Day, everyone. And Black voices, Black poets, we will not be silent. Good night, everybody.
Keep reading and keep writing. Keep reading and keep writing.